Let's take a look at this video. Angry government worker sneakily exposes Elon Musk. Now, this video was from Adam Mockler's channel. He found this particular video from TikTok that he shared, and so I decided to share it with you guys and make some comments.
What is saving all this money for? You want to know what it's for? You want to know what shredding the government is for? It is because our politicians, specifically Trump, Elon Musk, Doge, but Republicans as a whole, are gearing up to, I don't know how much of this I'm allowed to share, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Basically, I work in the federal government in a office that, I'm trying to not give too much away, that like is handling a lot of the executive orders. And the government's like gonna be in shambles, dude. This is, the executive orders are, and the return to office, this is all stuff they don't have a plan for. This is stuff written so poorly, just single-handedly, to thin out personnel and to disrupt the workforce. If everyone's trying to cheer on, like, for example, oh, DEI, oh, it's bad. No, it's not DEI, it's DEIA. But everyone tries to fit a narrative. Do you know what the A stands for? Accessibility. Do you know what one of the repercussions of that executive order is? It is pulling down any document, any web page or anything with any of those 4 words on it. That's a part of it. It's not just like any sort of like external hiring path or anything like that. No. It's literally if a form or document that is open to the public and stuff, or internal, like literal policy manuals, for example, has the words diversity or equity or inclusion or accessibility, those sections have to be pulled down, revised, and can only be put up after manual review and legal review. I'm not even joking. Do you know what has a lot of those words in it? Tax forms. Do you know what's happening in this season? Taxes. That's right. That's not even just that. The back to work stuff, it is single-handedly not because of productivity. No. Productivity shot up when we had telework and remote work. It's actually dropping, and it's a problem. They don't have the physical space for the staff to return to the office. They are trying to force people and reassign people to different field offices. They don't have the space.
I don't know, because remote working sometimes works. I do not know why there's so much against it. Donald Trump, he said, remote work, telework is over. Those days are over, because the company I used to work with, before I obviously was laid off because the company wasn't doing good with the COVID and all that, and that company was in Canada where I worked, and they changed the format of the workplace, and they said you guys can just go home and work from home. And it worked so perfect that the CEO of the company was very, very happy, until obviously later on, when his business was not doing really great, he had to lay us off. But meantime, he made a lot of money. He was able to at the same time save a lot of money by not renting out a place or having a physical place for his business, because everybody, including myself, we were working from our home. So I don't know. It can save cost. Save costs. And of course, with that, the government will be able to have a lot of money that they can use for other projects, other work. But Donald Trump looks, and especially with Elon Musk, he is totally against working from home. I don't know what is in it for them.
There was no plan before these executive orders went into effect. I'm watching it. I'm dealing with it. Then on top of that, getting rid of remote work, getting rid of telework and everything like that, they are trying to have people resign so that they can get rid of government positions. And what is the end goal, you might ask? Because they're also firing all of the new hires. Not every single one yet. Anyone that got a job offer, they've already rescinded that. Today was the day that they referred probationary employees, which is like your first, depending on what position you have, it's either your first year in the position or 2 years if you're like an attorney, for an example. They just referred all of those positions of new hires to their lead agency, which is then going to give that data to the OPM, Office of Personnel Management. And they are basically going to decide who is going to get clipped. Maybe nobody, but probably more people, including possibly myself. And what is all this for, you might ask? What is saving all this money for? You want to know what it's for? You want to know what shredding the government is for? It is because our politicians, specifically Trump, Elon Musk, Doge, but Republicans as a whole, are gearing up to give another round of tax cuts to corporations and the ultra wealthy. And they can't do it on the current proposal because we are now at a point where corporations and the ultra wealthy are paying so little in taxes, and a good portion of them are already paying absolutely nothing in taxes and are instead getting refunds literally out of our pockets. We might as well just say, Amazon, I gotta pay Amazon $1,000 for nothing in return. Literally, that is what's happening right now. It is so egregious that they are trying to not cut the Pentagon, not cut defense spending. They are cutting the literal fabric of our government and social services. Medicaid is on the block. Like, these programs, it's going to be felt throughout the country. It is. It doesn't matter if it's the TSA. We've already seen ridiculous lines. It's because people have been fired. Parks, like literally the amount of government, it could be sanitary, like as in like trash collection and stuff. It can be as much as, I don't know, the DMV.
Aviation committees.
Passports, USPS, USPS. And like all of these government things that you don't realize on the day-to-day, our government organizations, they are all going to be affected. This is going to not only directly impact people that work in the federal government, but everybody in the country. You think voting was bad before. Oh my God, dude. And I get mad because like this is the flexing of executive power, and yet the last administration, it's frustrating to watch people not do anything when they're in positions of power. And this is a perfect example of what it looks like to flex that power, but for all the wrong reasons and in all the most horrific ways. And that sucks. I hope you enjoyed watching my
Yeah, I mean, what he's basically saying is that the government cuts, the Doge, all of these things that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are running is to protect the elite, the richest in the society. And that is absolutely bad news. And I mean, if you take a look at his inauguration, Donald Trump's, you see all the oligarchs were there. Mark Zuckerberg and also Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and all of these people were there. Is Trump trying to protect them more than the ordinary American citizen? This is what it looks like. I mean, what they're going to do for the rest of the American people who are suffering, who are struggling, and it is becoming absolutely exorbitantly high, the price, for example, of an egg or a dozen of egg. It costs you 60% more than what it used to cost you just a year or two ago. This is becoming absolute ridiculous for sure.